Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So let us start with the invocation slokas. Priyaji, you can start. You are on mute.
Okay. अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्थजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम्। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव शुभकार्येषु सर्वदा। या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेता पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
Shweta Padmasana, not Shweta Padmasana.
श्वेत पद्मासना।
Yep. मीना जी उसके आगे.
ओम अस्य श्री ललिता सहस्रनाम स्तोत्रमाला महामंत्रस्य वशिन्यादि वाक् देवता ऋषयः अनुष्टुप् छन्दः श्री ललिता त्रिपुर सुंदरी देवता ऐ बीजम सौशक्तिः क्लीं कीलकं ललिता महात्रिपुर सुंदरी प्रसाद सिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः।
चलिए चालू रखिए. ध्यानम
सिंदूरारुण विग्रहां त्रिनयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत् तारानायक शेखरां स्मितमुखीम् आपीन वक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्याम् अलिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थ।
आप म्यूट पे चली गई.
अरुणां करुणातरङ्गिताक्षीं धृतपाशाङ्कुशपुष्पबाणचापाम् अणिमादिभिरावृतां मयूखैः अहमित्येव विभावये भवानीं ध्यायेत् पद्मासनास्थां विकसितवदनां पद्मपत्रायताक्षीं हेमाभां पीतवस्त्रां करकलितलसत् हेम पद्मां वराङ्गीं सर्वालङ्कारयुक्तां सततम् अभयदां भक्तनम्रां भवानीं श्रीविद्यां शान्तमूर्ति सकलसुरनुतां सर्वसम्पत्प्रदात्रीं सकुङ्कुमविलेपनाम् अलिकचुम्बितकस्तूरिकां समन्दहसितेक्षणां सशरचापपाशाङ्कुशाम् अशेषजनमोहिनीम् अरुणमाल्यभूषाम्बरां जपाकुसुम्भासुरां जपविद्यौ स्मरेद अंबिकाम।
आप अकार को खा जाती है बीच बीच में, तो थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखिए। जैसे जपा कुसुम भासुराम, आपने जपा कुसुम भासुराम, फिर स्मित मुखीम, आप स्मित मुखीम। तो ये छोटे छोटे यहाँ जहाँ अकार आता है वहाँ आपको थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा। ये नॉर्थ इंडिया की फॉल्ट है आपकी नहीं। तो
मैं ट्राई करूंगी अच्छा से करने की।
तो ये क्या बोलते हैं, स्थानीय अपभ्रंश जो होता है वो ये है। तो इसका हम लोग जब हिंदी में बात करते हैं तो वहाँ आकार की इतनी इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं है, तो ये वैसे चल जाता है। तो इसके लिए जब वो हमारे संस्कृत पे आ जाता है तो उसकी आभास उस पर पड़ जाती है, उसकी शैडो पड़ती है, तो वो थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखना पड़ता है। चलिए एक एक करके श्लोक ऑल्टरनेटली करते जाइए। प्रिया जी शुरू कीजिए।
ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ॐ श्रीमाता श्रीमहाराज्ञी श्रीमत्सिंहासनेश्वरी चितग्निकुण्डसम्भूता देवकार्यसमुद्यता
उद्यद्भानुसहस्राभा चतुर्बाहु समन्विता रागस्वरूप पाषाढ्या क्रोधाकाराङ्कुशोज्ज्वला
मनोरूपेक्षुकोदण्डा पञ्चतन्मात्रसायका निजारुण प्रभापूरा मज्जद्ब्रह्माण्डमण्डला
चंपकाकोशपुन्नाग
चंपकाशोक,
सौगन्धिकल
चंपकाशोक, चंपक और अशोक, चंपका।
चंपकाशोक पुन्नाग सौगन्धिकलसत्कचा कुरुविन्दमणिश्रेणी कनत्कोटिरमण्डिता
अष्टमी चन्द्रविभ्राज दलिकस्थलशोभिता मुखचन्द्रकलङ्काभा मृगनाभिविशेषका।
ओके, यू आर एडिंग एन आकार। आप लोग दोनों जन के बीच में, दोनों जन के बीच में बैलेंस कर लीजिए। तो यू आर मीना जी इज रिमूविंग ए आकार, यू आर एडिंग एन आकार। मुखचन्द्रकलङ्काभ, नॉट काभा, मुखचन्द्रकलङ्काभ।
अष्टमी चन्द्रविभ्राज दलिकस्थलशोभिता मुखचन्द्रकलङ्काभ मृगनाभिविशेषका।
ओके, गुड। नेक्स्ट वन, वदनस्मर मांगल्य।
वदनस्मर मांगल्य ग्रहतोरणचिल्लिका वक्त्रलक्ष्मी वरी परिवाह चलन मीनाभलोचना।
ओके, वहां ये मिसप्रिंट है, ये वक्त्र लक्ष्मी होगा, लक्ष्मी नहीं होगा। ये मिसप्रिंट है, करेक्ट कर दीजिए प्लीज। वक्त्र लक्ष्मी, लक्ष्मी वर्ड संस्कृत में तो कोई मीनिंग नहीं खड़ा रहता है।
हाँ, वो मुझे भी लग रहा था कि ऐसा
वो मिसप्रिंट है, वो मिसप्रिंट है। वक्त्र लक्ष्मी परिवाह चलन मीनाभलोचना। नेक्स्ट वन,
वक्त्र लक्ष्मी जी
हाँ कर लीजिए, कर लीजिए।
वक्त्र लक्ष्मी परिवाह चलन मीनाभलोचना।
चलन मीनाभ, देखिए नीचे हलंत है, देयर इज अ हलंत अंडर न, देयर इज अ स्मॉल डैश अंडर न, अंडर न देयर इज अ स्मॉल डैश। चलन मीनाभलोचना,
चलन जल्दी बोलना है इसको।
चलन मीनाभ,
चलन मीनाभलो, चलन
जल्दी मत कीजिए।
मीनाभलो।
वक्त्र लक्ष्मी परिवाह चलन मीनाभलोचना, चलन नहीं, चलन मीनाभलोचना।
वक्त्र लक्ष्मी वक्त्र लक्ष्मी परिवाह चलन मीनाभलोचना।
नेक्स्ट वन,
नवचम्पकपुष्पाभ नासा दण्ड विराजिता
तारा कांति तिरस्कारी नासा मरण भासुरा
नासा भरण भासुरा भ
नासा भरण भासुरा.
I think we missed Kadamba, Manjari.
Next one, Didi.
उसके
This is
बाद है,
next one.
उसके बाद है
नहीं. In the text,
Yeah.
at least it is showing Kadamba, Manjari.
मंजरी.
This is 8th slok. This is 8th.
कदम्ब मंजरी is 8.
तो फिर हमने so
Kadamba. I am.
Anna, sorry, after that Nava Champaka Pushpaba, Nasa Danda Virajita. 7 number किधर है?
वही 7 है.
यही 7. ये हाफ है ना इसका. एक लाइन और है इसकी. तारा कांति तिरस्कारी.
That is not there in this.
I sent that text today on the WhatsApp. Check.
Yes, but in that only I am not able to get.
How
did I download the other one and keep? Oh, what you sent is Shloka 8 will also be done.
But
and before that you.
Shloka 7 is there earlier. It's the earlier.
But I think it got cut in mine.
Yes.
7 number is not visible in mine.
Last line nahi hai. Last line you can write it down. Tara kanti tiraskari.
1 minute.
Tara kanti tiraskari.
Tara
Kanti. Tara kanti tiraskari.
Tiraskari.
Nasa bharana bhasura.
Nasa bhasura.
Bharana. So N ke niche put a dot. So you know it is a bharana. Nasa bharana bhasura.
Okay.
Right. That is the full line.
But we'll be able to send the text later?
Yeah, I'll send it. Nava champaka pushpabha nasa danda virajita tara kanti tiraskari nasa bharana bhasura. So now let us look at the meaning of these two. नहीं, थर्ड वाला भी कर लेते हैं आज का.
मैं पढ़ूं सर?
हाँ जी, पढ़ दीजिए.
ये कदम्बरी है, कादम्बरी है.
कदम्ब मंजरी क्लिप्त.
ओके.
और ल जो है ल बोलना है, क्लिप्त नहीं, क्लिप्त. ठीक है. तो कदम्ब मंजरी क्लिप्त कर्णपूर मनोहरा को कर्ण न भी न नहीं ण. चलिए स्टार्ट कीजिए.
कदम्ब मंजरी क्लिप्त
करेक्ट. अब सही हुआ.
कदम्ब मंजरी पूर मनोहरा आटंक युगली भूत तपनो डुप मंडला.
तपोना डुप.
अच्छा, डुप. इसमें विसर्ग तो था नहीं.
हाँ, विसर्ग होने पर भी वो अकार तो है ना.
हाँ जी.
ये विसर्ग क्यों है? ये हमारे प्रोनाउंसिएशन के लिए इजी करने के लिए उन लोगों ने विसर्ग डाले हुए हैं. एक्चुअली यदि ओरिजिनल टेक्स्ट देखेंगे देन यू विल सी इट इज ओनली वन वर्ड. सो इफ इट इज वन वर्ड, सो जिसको संस्कृत नहीं आती है ही विल नॉट बी एबल टू डू द संधि. So then how it becomes a very big word and you cannot recite it. So the hyphen indicates that it is actually just one word, which is why in the earlier line also kadamba manjari klipta karna pura manohara. So when you do the archana, kadamba manjari klipta karna pura manoharai namaha tatanga yugli bhuta tapona dupa mandalai namaha. So let us Priya ji, you also do the chanting. Kadamba manjari klipta.
Kadamba manjari klipta kama pura.
Karna pura. Karna pura.
Karna pura manohara.
There only one karna.
Kadamba manjari klipta. What is that? Kama karna pura manohara.
Okay.
Why am I reading in English all wrong?
Okay, so English, I don't even check the English. There are no two karnas, just cancel one karna. You went on mute. You went on mute.
Kadamba manjari klipta karnapura manohara.
Correct. अच्छा, ये actually क्लृप्त है, क्लृप्त.
Kripta,
क्लृप्त.
kripta,
क्लृप्त.
klipta, klipta.
वो किसी को भी यदि
ये बहुत टफ हो रहा है, ये बहुत टफ हो रहा
Kadamba
है.
manjari klipta.
Don't worry. क्लृप्त. ताटंग युगली भूत तपो. ताटंग युगली
भूत तपनोडुपमंडला.
ओके, ललिता 2G.
कदम्बंजरी क्लिप्त कर्णपूर मनोहरा युगलीभूत तपनोडूप मंडला.
Okay, Lalita 1G, how are you? How's your health?
I will join in a few minutes.
Okay, sure. So now let us look at the meanings. First one, we started with, when we started, हम लोगों ने शुरू किया था सर के ऊपर से, right? हम लोगों ने शुरू किया, उनके हाथ दिखने लगे क्योंकि हाथ ऊपर है ना, तो हाथ के अंदर में वो जो धनुष बाण है वो ऐसे करके ऊपर आ रहे हैं, जो चिदग्निकुंड से ऊपर आ रहे हैं, तो ऊपर से पहले हाथ दिखे. उसके बाद से उनकी शरीर की डिस्क्रिप्शन शुरू हुई. निजारुण प्रभापूर मज्जद ब्रह्मांड मंडला, वो ऊपर जब आ गई तब हमें वी सॉ द एंटायर universe being glowing with her radiated light, which basically means that she has permeated this entire universe. So now we started with the hair. So Champaka Ashoka Punnaga Saugandhikala Satkacha. So the hair, then Kuruvinda Manishreni, the tiara of ruby like gems. Then the face, Ashtami Chandra Vibhraja Dalikastala Shobhita, Mukhachandra Kalankabha Mriganabhi Visheshaka, again describing the bindi on the forehead. Now her eyebrows. Eyebrows, chillika. Chillika, the word is eyebrows, right? The technically correct word, not the poetic word. Chillika, the word is a poetic word. इसका technically correct word होगा brew. This is brew. जहाँ से English में भी the word brow. English का word brow also comes from this Sanskrit word brew. This is the point which is called bru madhya. So when you put a tika, you are doing it on bru madhya. So कुछ लोग टीका यहाँ लगाते हैं in the middle of the forehead. कपाल मध्य नहीं, bru madhya. टीका होता है bru madhya, right? फिर कपाल मध्य दूसरा कुछ होता है, वहाँ अलंकार होते हैं. तो टीका जो होता है वो that is always in the bru madhya. तो वदनस्मर मांगल्य गृहतोरण चिल्लिका. स्मर कौन है? स्मर is the name of Kamadev. So Vadana Smara, Vadana face, Smara of Kamadev. So the face of Devi in that the arches. You know, when you enter a palace, जब पैलेस को एंटर करते हैं, there will be an archway. गेट के ऊपर में ऐसे आर्च होता है, right? So whose palace are we entering? Smara, which means Kamadev, which means, and Kamadev is known to be very beautiful. So her face, the eyebrows are like the archways to the palace of Kamadev. Eyebrows are like the archways to the and the gate to the palace of Kamadev. Kamadev के राज प्रसाद के गेट के जो ऊपर से आर्चवे होती है, तो गृहतोरण आर्चवे. तो गृहतोरण जो है वो जैसे हम लोग वो आपने देखा होगा when you go from one place to the other, so they have some big gateway, welcome to, right? So this is why is there, so why is the, what is her eyebrow doing? She's saying, come, 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 welcome. यहाँ लिखा हुआ है, welcome to my palace. And where is the palace? Palace is the face. Vaktra Lakshmi. Now comes the beautiful thing. अब eyebrows तक पहुंच गए. Now what is below the eyebrows? Eyes, right? Eyes. Now look at the beautiful description of the eyes. Vaktra Lakshmi Parivaha Chalan Meenabhalochana. Chalan Meenabhalochana. तो ये जो मुंह है वो लक्ष्मी जैसा, और उस लक्ष्मी यानी प्रॉस्पेरिटी, वो देवी लक्ष्मी नहीं, यहाँ प्रॉस्पेरिटी, उसके अंदर में चलन मीनाभलोचना, मछलियां जैसे चलती है, यानी उनकी आंखें ऐसे ऐसे हिल रही हैं, उनकी आंखें चल रही हैं. मछली कभी एक जगह में स्थिर नहीं रहती है. Fish will never be still. Fish will always be moving, right? It needs to move to be surviving. So just exactly like that, her eyes are moving like the fish. This has two meanings. This has two meanings. Number one, if her eyes are constantly moving, means she's observing everything. उनके नजर से कुछ नहीं बचता है, सब कुछ उनको दिखते रहता है, because her eyes are all the time moving. सब कुछ दिख रहा है, सब कुछ दिख रहा है, सब कुछ दिख रहा है. दूसरा, and this is a very beautiful meaning. It is believed that a mother fish makes the eggs of her own eggs. How does the egg of a fish grow? मछली के अंडे वो छोटी मछली कैसे बन जाते हैं? सिर्फ उसकी माँ की नजरों से. ऐसा हम लोग में कहावत होता है. तो ये आंखों से उसकी जो प्रेम दृष्टि है, the love that flows from her eyes falls on the eggs, and because of that the small eggs become baby fishes. So when her eyes are described as fishes, it is love that is flowing from there onto us, and therefore we can grow. But if I am an egg and then I say I am going to cover myself, everything will bounce, no? So we have to be very, very open to receive her. उनका तो आंख हर समय चलते रहेगा. She will not stop. That is her duty. That is her job. She will continuously keep on pouring the love to us. We have to be ready to accept that love to be able to grow. Vaktra Lakshmi Parivaha Chalan Meena Bhalochana. Now, eyes have got described. Now we move down to the nose. So, Vag Devi log jo Devi ko dekhkar, they are looking at Devi and they are describing her. And they don't have words. So they are taking from nature and they are putting all the words together to try and describe her. Navachampaka Pushpabha Nasadanda Virajita. Navachampaka. Champak ka फूल, चंपा, सोन चंपा बोलते हैं लोग हिंदी में. Beautiful golden smell, a golden color flower with beautiful smell. It has a beautiful shape. It has a beautiful shape. नासादंड, नासादंड. उनका नासादंड कैसा विराज है? नवचंपक पुष्पाभ. So नया चंपक की कली के जैसे, like a newly blossomed champa flower, her nose is of that shape. I used to wonder, ये चंपा का फूल तो कैसा ऐसे ऐसे टेढ़ा मेढ़ा होता है, तो देवी का नाक कैसे ऐसे टेढ़ा मेढ़ा हो गया? Then you find a champa flower which has not blossomed. खुला हुआ नहीं है, कली है, और उसको हाथ में पकड़ के रखिए. When you hold it in your hand, the heat of the hand, it will slowly just थोड़ा सा वो खुल जाएगा. Then you look at that shape and you will realize कितना मनोहर है वो shape. It's a beautiful arch. Beautiful arch. So हम लोग के नाक कैसे टेढ़े मेढ़े होते हैं, पुचके होते हैं, खींचे होते हैं, कुछ भी होते हैं. इनका नाक एकदम सीधा, ब्यूटीफुल सीधा नाक है. नवचंपक पुष्पाभ नासादंड विराजिता. Next, तारा कांति तिरस्कारी नासाभरण भासुरा. इसका meaning, अब by now you should have started getting the meanings. Now you tell me the meanings.
जिसने तारा कांति यानी तारा जो है उनकी पंक्ति को भी धूमिल कर दिया है। नासाभरण भासुरा, ऐसा उनके नाक के ऊपर कोई सुशोभित होने वाला आभूषण है, नासाभरण।
वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, वेरी राइट। सो इसके दो मीनिंग होते हैं, मगर आपने पहला मीनिंग किया, दैट इज द परफेक्ट मीनिंग। शी हैज अ gem, she has a lotus or a gem or sorry a diamond or whatever on her nostrils here. तो नाक में जो आभूषण पहनते हैं, नासाभरण भासुरा, उसकी जो लाइट है, the glowing of that, किस तिरस्कारी meaning showing down, it is shinier than what? Tara kanti, the glow of the stars. So stars are also defeated by the glow of the nasal ornaments of Devi. That is one meaning. The other meaning, Tara, means a conglomeration of certain Devis called Shukla, Manjari. These are all the names of certain Devis. These are Devis who have worshipped the Adi Devi herself. So when they said Tara Kanti, we all, the Vag Devis, हम लोग भी सब उस तारा की कैटेगरी में आते हैं। हमारी जो स्ट्रेंथ है, हमारी जो ब्यूटी है, our beauty, our glow is subdued in the presence of her glow. So all the Devis together are also saying that you are shinier than, you are more powerful than, you are more beautiful than all our beauty put together. Tara Kanti Tiraskari Nasabharana Bhasura. Next. Kadamba Manjari Kripta. Now I know that is a difficult word letter. Kripta. Color. Ek saath. Kr. Okay. These are all, I've told you earlier, these are all Bijakshara. Bijakshara ka do ye hota hai. One is the origin that comes is that it was Shiva was dancing his damru, और उनके डमरू में हाथ से उनका डमरू गिर गया। तो हाथ से जब डमरू गिरा, then it fell, tang tang tang, तो ha hu klum krik tik krr. Yeah, these were the sounds that it made. It made some 50 odd sounds. These sounds were collected by the rishis, and they are called Mahaswarani, Maheshwarani, Maheshwarani. So these are all the original Bija Akshara. Aim, Rim, Shrim, Klim, Sound, Klr. These are all sounds that was made by the Damru. The other understanding of the Bija Akshara is that the origin of this universe comes from Nada, sound. So नाद से आकाश बनता है, आकाश से फिर स्पर्श बनता है, स्पर्श से वायु बनता है, and so on and so forth. I've told you this earlier. Panchikaran, that is the name of the book of Bhagwan Shankaracharya. So Nada, when our rishis went into deep meditation, and when they were hearing the Nada, they could hear these sounds, and they put these sounds together. And then from there, when they started joining the sounds, they realized that the Vedas are being formed automatically. That is why the Vedas are called Apaurusheya. Apaurusheya means not created by a Purusha. Purusha does not mean Stri is not included. Paurusheya means humankind, mankind. So here the word is Kripta. Kadamba Manjari. Kadamba Manjari kya hai? So have you seen Kadamba trees?
Yes.
Kadamba tree का जो flower होता है, it is round in shape. Kadamba is very famous in Krishna's stories because the jhulan is done in the Kadamba tree. Why? Because Kadamba के जो branches हैं वो straight होते हैं. Kadamba branches are all straight. So if it is straight, then you can tie the rope and make the jhula very easily. Also, the Kadamba flowers during monsoon. So during monsoon, when the jhulan is happening, the Kadamba tree is full of those round flowers. Personally, I don't like the smell of Kadamba tree flowers, but that's Krishna used to like them. So then Kadamba Manjari, the flowers of the Kadamba, Kripta, attached. Where have they been attached? Karnapura Manohara. Now, the commentator here, the translator says that her ears are decorated with kadamba flowers. Now, if you have seen the kadamba flowers, they are this big. इतने बड़े बड़े होते हैं. कान में उसको लगाएंगे तो definitely किसी को beauty नहीं लगेगी. What he is describing is that the earrings have small ball-like structure. झूला हुआ होता है ना earring, not studs, the drops. So the drops are shaped like kadamba flowers. जो नीचे झूले हुए हैं वो कदम्ब के फूल जैसे झूले हुए हैं कान के अंदर में. kadamba manjari klipta Karnapura Manohara. Karnapura, the holes of the ears are filled with the Kadamba Manjari, and they take away my mind, they engross my mind, they enchant my mind. Manohara, man ko harne wale, Manohara. Now the next line, Tatanka. Tatanka is the earring itself. This was earring ke niche wala part. Earring ke niche wala part, right? Another commentator says ये earring के नीचे वाला part नहीं है, ये आजकल के modern style जो बोलते हैं ना कि यहाँ भी कुछ पहनते हैं ऊपर में, तो ये actually ऊपर से नीचे आ रहा है, तो this is what is being described, not this. This is Tatanga, this is Karnapura Manohara. तो कान के ऊपर में भी ऊपर से ऐसे झूले हुए छोटे छोटे यहाँ कदम्ब के फ्लावर्स का डेकोरेशन है. ये भी हो सकता है. I don't know. I have not seen her in that form. So मैंने जाके उनको देख के जब मिलूंगा तब बताऊंगा आपको. तो मगर यहाँ डिस्क्रिप्शन ये है कि या तो वो ऊपर हो सकता है, नीचे हो सकता है, बट हम लोगों को इमेजिन करना है that she is wearing beautiful earrings. Tatanga Yugali Bhuta, both of them together, Yugali Bhuta. Tapano Dupa. Tapan is Surya. Udupa is Chandra. Tapano Dupa Mandala, the sum total of the sun and the moon. So these two Tatanga जो है युगली दोनों मिलके सूर्य और चंद्र जैसे हैं, इतना शाइन करते हैं. सूर्य चंद्र के जैसे वो शाइन करते हैं. अब इसके बारे में एक पहले स्टोरी सुनिए. तो क्या हुआ? There is a temple in a place near Srirangam. It is called Tiruvannamalai. So sorry, Tiruvannaikaval. Tiruvannaikaval. It is a temple called Tiruvannaikaval. Kaval means temple. Anai means elephant. Tiru is Shri in Tamil. So it is a temple called Tiruvannaikaval. Tiruvannaikaval is a temple which represents the water element. The water element. Now, in each of these temples, which represent these five Panchamahabhut, इसकी पहले पंचमहाभूत की स्टोरी सुन लेते हैं. तो पंचमहाभूत की जो लिंग हैं, the five lingas that have been formed, self-formed by because of this story. So what happened? Tarakasur and Kartikeya were fighting. Tarakasur and Kartikeya are fighting. Nothing is happening. Tarakasur is unable to be defeated. Kartikeya comes to his mother and says, how do I defeat him? So she says, I was waiting for you to come and ask. Why were you fighting like this, like a stupid boy? तो पूछना चाहिए ना मम्मी को. तो आके मम्मी को पूछा, तो मम्मी said, he is wearing a shivling on his chest. Go and break it. How can I break my father's symbol? He is a devotee of my father. How can I break his symbol? So she said, look, you can't break it. Only I can break it. Because I and Shiva are not different. You are seeing me as different. Because you don't have the proper eyes to see that Shiva and Shakti are the same. So here, take my Trishul. Take my weapon and throw it. It will automatically go to Shiva only. Anything of me will always go to Shiva. You will not have to aim it. उसको aim करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. तुम उसको उल्टा फेंको, सीधा फेंको, साइड में फेंको, वो जाएगा वही. So he takes this. So when he took this, when Devi gave him this particular weapon, he is now ready to kill Tarakasur. That particular day is celebrated in South India as Thai Pusam. Sai is the month of ये मार्गशीर्ष का जो महीना है, और उसके अंदर में पुष्य नक्षत्र जिस दिन होता है, that is the day in the full moon. This is the day which is celebrated. It is very famous in Singapore, where people, you will see, they poke things through their cheeks and tongues, and they carry palki में, वो कावड़ में ऊपर लेके जाते हैं, and they do abhishek to Kartikeya. So it's a famous day for Kartikeya. Now he went and he threw this spear. When he threw this spear, automatically it went and hit the Shivalinga. The Shivalinga broke into 5 pieces, and they fell on the earth. When they fell on the earth, they fell in one straight line, and each of the pieces became a Shivalinga of its own. So in a place called Sri Kalahasti, it represents the Vayu element. In a place called Tiruvannamalai, it represents the fire element. In a place called Kanchipuram, it represents the earth element. In a place called Chidambaram, it represents the Vayu element, the Akasha element. And in Tiruvannaikaval, it represents the water element. Now, wherever Shiva is present, Devi has to be present. So, in Kanchipuram, she is present as Kanchi Kamakshi. Kanchi Kamakshi. She is Kamakshi over there, right? Similarly, she is present in all the other temples. In Tiruvannaikaval, she is present in the form of Akhilandeshwari. She is present in the form of Akhilandeshwari. Now, what used to happen is during Shankaracharya's time, Shankaracharya was passing by, and these people, I'm talking of Adi Shankaracharya. So they caught hold of him and said, we have a problem. So what is the problem? Whenever in the morning, if we try to do puja to this Akhilandeshwari, we find things going wrong. The person doing the puja falls ill. He cannot, some of them even die. So he went there, Adi Shankaracharya went there, he realized that when the original Pratishtha was done, it was done with some flaws. So to reduce the power of that Vigraha, so installation hua tha, it was done with a manner where it had become very extra powerful. And that power was not in a controlled, organized way. So persons entering inside the Garbhagriha, they would get affected by that power, because we are all human beings. We cannot take power naturally. So they would get affected physically. They would fall ill, noses would bleed, ears would bleed, eyes would bleed, all those things was happening. So what he did, he created 2 earrings in the form of Shri Yantra. 2 earrings in the form of Shri Yantra were created. He extracted this extra power and put them in the earrings. And the earrings were fixed to the Murti. The earrings were fixed to the Murti. Next day onwards, there was no more trouble. There was no more trouble. Everything started going very nicely. So her earrings are very important. Tatanga Yugli Bhuta Tapanodupa Mandala. Right? Now, further, the story is even more interesting. During Chandrasekhar Saraswati Swamigal's time, this would be sometime in the 1960s. अभी के जो कांची के शंकराचार्य हैं, कांची मठ के, उनके परम गुरु. He is believed to be Shiva Amsha, immensely powerful, realized soul, extremely humble, down to earth, amazing. Unki life alag se. I get into his life, then we will stop Lalita. We'll start him. So he was also, in my opinion, as I experienced him, he was actually Devi's incarnation, not Shiva's incarnation. Shiva's incarnation at that point of time was Sheshadri Swamigal, and Kartikeya's incarnation at that point of time was Ramana Maharshi, or that is what is believed. Doesn't matter. They were all human beings and who achieved what we are all striving for. So again, Chandrasekhar Saraswati Swamigal never used to stay in one place. He used to keep roaming around, which is what a sannyasi should do. So while he was going through Tiruvannaikaval, again people came and said, the first priest who opens the door of Akhilandeshwari in the morning, he becomes unconscious instantly. The moment the door is opened, he just falls down unconscious. We don't know what is happening. So Acharya didn't even go there. He didn't go to the temple. He thought for some time, and then he said, do one thing. For the next 41 days, the temple will not be opened. So how will we give Naivedyam? Give the Naivedyam in front of the door itself. She will take it. She will take the Naivedyam, don't worry. Within 41 days, you have to create a Ganesh. You have to create a Ganesh Murti of a specific size, and it has to be installed not in a temple, but on a pedestal. It has to be installed on a pedestal so that the Ganesh Murti and Devi's Murti are at the same level. The Ganesh Murti and the Devi's Murti are at the same level. So they blindly followed his advice and they created this. At the end of within 41 days, they finished this. The Ganesh Murti was installed. Then he said, now you can open the door. And they opened the door. Nothing happened. The priest did not fall unconscious. And this was not same priest falling unconscious. Koi bhi kholta hai, he would become unconscious. So this time, nothing happened. So now they were worrying, ye kaise ho sakta hai? Nothing was changed inside. How did this Ganesh Murti change this? So they went back to the Paramacharya and they said, Swamiji, what is this magic? So he says, see, she is the mother. When she opens her eyes, when you make her open her eyes, in the Vigraham form, the power is concentrated. When you open the eyes, when she opens her eyes, and she sees her favorite son in front, all her Ugram goes down. So that Ganesh curtails her jumping around. इसीलिए हम लोग हर समय श्री गुरु गणेशाभ्याम नमः बोल के शुरू करते हैं. So that is the story of Akhilandeshwari in Tiruvanikaval. So that is what we have today. Any questions, any sharing, anything, any insights? I'm quite like the suggestions that were floating around in the entire group. So what I will do is the next day's 3 or 4 shlokas that we are going to learn, I will do a voice recording and send it in advance so that people can read, listen and practice, so that we'll move faster and we can go deeper into the meanings, and so that it will be easier. So what we will do is, we will do 4 shlokas, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I will send the text as well as the voice recording. So I'll send it tomorrow. Today I will send the recording of this session, and then tomorrow onwards I will send the recording of these 4 shlokas. I will also send the text, photo of the text for those who don't have a text for you. You can, another thing is I'll also post a link to a particular site where you can get the entire Lalita Sahasranama in English script. So you can take it down, download it and print it. This is for Priyaji. Wahi cheez I will do it in Devanagari also. So then Meena ji, you can also download and you can get it. Lalita ji, I know she has her own text, so I don't have to worry about her. How is your health? You were quite unwell last time.
Yeah, throat is better, but still not fully okay.
Yeah, Omicron tha. This was Omicron. You were down with Corona.
Yeah, just yesterday we got the results positive.
Okay.
But last week it had come negative.
But I was very sure from that sound of your voice that this will be Omicron only. There is no other way.
Okay.
There's no other virus or bacteria floating around now. But anyway, glad to see that you are good, smiling and.
Yeah.
So what we will do is, so we'll follow this as a process so that we can go and do slowly. If we get into the now, and I think after 35 we will be able to do 8-9 shlokas at a time, because it becomes smaller words. Some of the words will go into a lot of meaning, but otherwise we'll be able to go a little faster. Please practice.
Yes, practicing, but somehow what happens is like now the Dhyana Shloka and all has become like kind of, I think I have got it by in memory. But now when we are doing the Lalita, the first two shlokas are kind of, it has happened, but it is a slower process. As in, like, I think the more we keep chanting is when it is
The only option is repetition. The only option is repetition, and repetition not by listening, repetition by doing, repetition continuously doing. So the more you chant, the more you will remember. So that I think you should practice. You must practice. By next week at least ध्यान श्लोक के लिए किताब देखना नहीं पड़े, इतना तक आइए सब कोई. So then we will move on forward. मीना जी.
जी मुझे याद बहुत मुश्किल से होता है.
So
वो ऐसे दिमाग में घूमती है, लेकिन वो अभी तक सिंदूरारुण विग्रहम बस इतना ही घूमता है सारे दिन में. और वो जो आप जब मिलेंगे ना श्री माता को, तो वो कातम्ब मंजरी तो बहुत काले काले फूल होते हैं ना.
नहीं, not black. Kadamba flowers are bright yellow in flower color. Golden.
तो हमारे यहाँ तो काले काले ही होते हैं.
अच्छा, golden yellow होते हैं. Golden yellow big flowers. Okay. And वो एक फूल के अंदर में, why it is called manjari is because they are all एक दाना जैसे होता है. It is not one flower. It is a bunch of, like जो the marigold. So marigold भी छोटे छोटे वैसे ये भी छोटे छोटे फ्लावर्स होते हैं. तो
जी
हाँ जी. Right, can we end the class then?
Do I have to recite? That time my turn had come and I had to leave.
No problem. Send me a voice recording when you're a little better. Don't strain your voice right now.
Okay. But it's very interesting. You make it so nice. We literally see her in front, We don't just see Samir Anna, we see her sitting there and telling us all the stories too, all the fun. It's really very, very, very satisfying.
It is
Thank you so much.
ये सच में मुझे भी लग रहा है. पिछली बार इस बार भी लग रहा था, और पिछली बार जिस तरह से आपने डिस्क्राइब किया था, उनके सिर पे ऐसे टियारा पहना है और वो ऐसे स्लोली ऊपर, तो ऐसा लग रहा था कि सामने कोई बहुत खूबसूरत सी, मतलब जो है ना, कुछ निकल के और ऐसे ऊपर आ रही है धीरे धीरे. उसको मतलब इमेजिन ऐसे हो रहा था कि सच में ही कुछ दिख रहा है, जबकि ऐसा कुछ हमने तो कभी देखा ही नहीं है. बट इट रियली.
तो ये ललिता सहस्त्रनाम का पावर है, ये उसके श्लोकों का पावर है. देवी की आशीर्वाद है कि हम इतना खुल सकते हैं कि उनको हम लोग विजुअलाइज करें. असीम अपार शक्ति है, और उसके एक हम लोग देखेंगे एक नाम है, करांगुली नखोत्पन्न नारायण दशाकृति है नमः. कर के अंगुल के नख के अंदर में उतना पावर है कि नारायण के 10 अवतार उन नखों के अंदर से निकले हैं, उतना है. तो इमेजिन करिए वो नरसिंह मूर्ति, इमेजिन करिए वो श्री रामचंद्र की स्वरूप, इमेजिन करिए श्री कृष्ण का सुंदर मनोहर स्वरूप, वो देवी के नख के टिप से के पावर को लेकर बना है. ये अपार असीम शक्ति की छोटी सी हमारे हम लोग यहाँ एक दर्शन दिख रहा है हम लोगों को. इसके लिए हम लोगों को भी बहुत क्या बोलते हैं, कृतज्ञ होना चाहिए.
I had 2 interesting experiences and I wish to share them.
Please.
A few days back, when I was looking out the window and that glow happened, in the sky. At that time, immediately, automatically in the mind that is constantly ringing Sindhuraruna, Sindhuraruna. So just looking at that, I was just imagining something like this itself is so thing. How much more she must be, and how much more beauty she must be holding and manifesting.
True.
Today something very interesting happened, and I was constantly saying Champak, Champaka, Punnaga. I was constantly chanting this. And suddenly I saw a very beautiful yellow bird, and I have not seen this outside this window here. There are a lot of birds, all varieties of birds keep coming in this land, the shipping corporation land.
Golden.
Suddenly I saw this, and then I remembered that champak. And I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So it's, I think pretty much I'm able to see her in everything now.
Wonderful.
It was not happening before so profoundly, but I think, as they said, Anna, you are the manifestation of Devi only. There is no doubt. There is,
We are all
she is in you. We are all,
We are
but
all
you are something else. So, and today you described that Ganesh and that Devi, that connection. That is something which I hold very close now to my heart, because now I've never understood the significance of doing a Ganesh before doing any other puja. So that is something which I should really thank you for opening up that, you know. So.
Anna, one more thing. In this Ashtami Chandra, the fifth one, it is normally Ashtami Chandra is the like sort of almost a crescent kind of.
No. Ashtami Chandra is
3/4.
Yes, it's a 3/4.
3/4.
Yes.
But does it reflect only the Saumya of it, or the shape?
The shape, because we are not exactly round shaped. So if your shape, your face, we are describing it as the shape of a Purnima Chandra, then you would be exactly round shaped. But our faces are never round shaped. They are slightly elongated. They are ovate in shape. So that oval type shape is described through the Ashtami Chandra. Her Saumya part will come later. We will see her Saumya later.
I would like to know why this Ashtami is important for her. Why the connection between the Ashtami and Devi?
Yeah, we'll come to that. It's there in the Lalita Sahasranama. There is some reference to it. We will talk about it. Right. Hari Om.
Hari
Om. Shanti. Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Thank you.